you muted.
I got it.
What's good? What's good, Atlanta Falcons Nation? Coming at you on a Tuesday. Coming up on a Tuesday. And what we got here, we got the pre-draft show before the draft show. Something to wet your whistle. You know, something to tantalize you a little bit so that you don't forget about us on Wednesday and Thursday. So what we got off to my right is Kstlyz. Subscribe to his channel. Say what you got to say, Kstlyz.
Hey, I ain't got much to say. They already know who I am. God damn it. Hey. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Who you get? Hey. We
got below me. We got the mic. We got the one that's running the mic for our defense. The one that's calling it all. We got the middle linebacker, Big Rich from Brooklyn. Say what you gotta say.
You already know. What up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome.
All right, short and sweet. All right.
Hey.
And it wouldn't be no us without this man. We got the mad scientist, the reigning, defending, undisputed. There is no one without us, the God FC of AFN. It started with a thought, it started to a dream, the dream became work, and now look at us now. Say what you gotta say, mad scientist, Mad Mike.
I just realized something, that I am no longer the greatest hype man on AFN. This dude, Magnus the Magnificent. This dude, every time he's like a walking, talking rock of AFN. That's what he is. Right? He's the
rock. That's why he is magnificent.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
Yeah, what's up, Kenneth Lewis? What's good, man? Now, what we're going to do, we're going to get into this real hard because you already know if you're down in Atlanta, if you follow anything with Atlanta Falcons, you woke up this morning and your heart probably dropped. You got that little knot in your throat because you heard a lot of this BS going around about first subject here. Thoughts and rumors of the Julio Jones trade. When I woke up this morning and I saw this, I thought I had to wake up and go back to sleep. So I thought it was on some mess because this is like the second year in a row that they was talking about, getting this man out of town. And we already talked about we need to do right by our receivers, do right by our guys that Hall of Fame bound, that put their blood, sweat, and tears into this team. And this is what we do? Okay. My thought is, I think, again, this is a possible smoke screen, but again, we don't even know what, Terry Fontenot, Arthur Smith is trying to do because this is a new regime. So particularly I've heard rumors of him going to, the Ravens, and honestly, I'm not trading Julio Jones for just a BS draft pick. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I need a little bit more than that, okay? I need at least somebody. I need defensive playmakers. We gave up historically bad in terms of yards and points last year. We couldn't close out games. So I'm picking up the phone. Hello? Yeah, okay, Marlon Humphrey. If you ain't saying Marlon Humphrey, then I'm hanging up the phone. Plain and simple. I ain't trying to hear nothing else like after that. What you got, Kito?
Hey, I'm about to say, man, hey, before I get to what I got to get, we got to get to this $4.99 super chat here, man.
Already?
Already. You see this, man? Kevin H. came in. He said, Nathan Peterman is better than Michael Vick. Psych! He's a nice He's trolling. Hey, we appreciate the phone. And also, man, how you not going to address the fact that you are the birthday boy today? Hey, I need everybody in the chat to hashtag her happy birthday Magnus in this chat.
Wait a minute, people. Wait a minute. Hush it up.
Is she hush it up.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Magnus. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Yo, her DM just blew up. Her DM just blew up.
That's beautiful.
Y'all messed up now, man. You know.
Hey. Hey, Aston said I'm a fool with the ad-lib. Hey, you gotta have fun with it too. I mean, Miss Maggie is the singer of the group. We don't sing.
She came up like Marilyn Monroe. You don't come up like sound like Marilyn Monroe. Now watch them DMs blow up now.
Oh man, we gotta get back to the show, man. Like I said, we got to throw that in there. What you got?
Yeah, go ahead, Rich.
So at the end of the day, every year we hear the same thing all the time. Rumors with Julio and all this and that. Julio ain't going nowhere, in my opinion. That's how I see it. Unless we get something real good. If it sounds good, we always gonna get calls every year. We get calls every year. We got no choice but to listen. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds good, we'll talk about it. Mainly if Kyle Pitts is somebody is gonna be there at 4, possibly, and we're gonna get him, might consider it. But realistically, we all know Julio retiring a Falcon, man. Even Arthur said it. Arthur Blank said it. Julio want to stay here. Like, it's no need to entertain the BS, man. We go through this every year. It's all smoke screen. I don't even care about it, honestly, but that's all I got to say.
He's starting now, man. I hope about this that word.
Hey. No.
He paying though.
He paying. Let him keep paying on me.
Hold on, I'm about to block this bitch. I'm about to block this.
Don't block him. He paying. He paying. Let him.
Nah, he paying no.
I'm gonna block his ass. I'm gonna show that thing. All right, I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna show Young. No, I'm gonna block it. Get the rebound like Dennis Rodman, and I'm gonna show Young. All right, hold on. It ain't gonna be that easy. Okay, can't be that easy. I gotta give it to Kimbe. They got the Kimbe. Get my
No.
No. All right. Now we're gonna rebound this more like Dennis Rodman. We're gonna Dennis Rodman this thing. Fields at 4. Look. I wish I had a drink right about now. I'm just like, I'll look. Now, as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna forget about it. I'm gonna pass this thing to Rich. Rich looks like he got something to say about this. Hey, Rich, what you got on this, man?
I gotta reiterate what I said, man. It's oh man. Yo, man, that shit is smoke screen. All right. Julio Jones is not going nowhere. Okay. That is it's just simple. He's gonna retire as an Atlanta Falcon, one of the best receivers to do it. Okay, for the Falcons franchise. Let's just be real. Okay. All right.
But thank you for the $9.99. All right, we're gonna thank.
I mean, you want to pay $15. You know, like you want to pay over $15 to annoy. Have at it, man. You just supporting the channel. Hey, but you officially broke Mike within the first 10 minutes of the show. You broke him.
you about to turn Mad Mike into really mad Mike in this moment.
Look, I already said it. If the Falcons end up getting Justin Fields, which I just don't think regarding the money, Financially, it just doesn't make sense. We keep talking about this. We can't trade Julio Jones because of financials. I mean, how many times do we got to keep saying this? It's financial. Everything is financial. And you saw that Ian Rappaport pretty much said that it's dang impossible. The Falcons can't do anything with that money. All right. So at this point, man, quarterback-wise, we see what happened to Joe Love, not even a year removed from the draft, not even a year, and they're already shopping him after yours truly, Aaron Rodgers had one of the best years in quarterback in his history as a quarterback. So that's that right there. I always say this, man. You never want to get rid of a quarterback in his prime. You never want to get rid of a quarterback until he starts showing signs of decline. Matt Ryan hasn't shown any of that. You're still putting up 4,500 yards, third in the league in passing yards total. The Falcons still one of the best passing teams in the NFL. So, man, if it were to get Justin Fields, you know what I'm saying? We're still going to be here. We're going to break down film. We're going to show you guys how to get the best out of Justin Fields. But I personally just don't believe the Falcons are going to go that way. But let's get on to this other. Oh, that man threw another one in there, didn't he?
He threw another one in there. We got to highlight it. He got, hold on, wait a minute. He came with the 499.
Julio to the buck, yo. Oh, man.
Don't put that in it. Nah, bro.
I mean, just got that.
Everybody got now.
Hey, don't spend all your stimmy on us now. Come on now, bro. Like, you're broke. Yo, you broke Mad Mike in 10 minutes, man. Like,
hey, man. Your boy to drop $16 already.
The shit out of me. That's what he did.
Hey, they talking about kicking his ass out.
Yeah.
Like you said, he paying to do it, so we can't do it.
Yo,
I love it.
I want to see where this is going, man. I just keep him around. I want to see where this is going.
I'm gonna let him keep going. Let him keep going. Next thing you know, he's gonna bring Julio to the Saints. That's gonna be his thing.
If he do that, this is gonna be the shortest show ever.
Oh man,
that's it. We're gonna have to pull up. What you talking some mess like that?
Oh,
so, wow. Second subject. Of course, I'm sure a lot of the nation has been seeing that Kyle Pitts has been talking. And he's been talking about Kyle Pitts is expecting all QBs with the top 4 picks. So I guess Kyle Pitts is playing quarterback for us because I got him going for.
Hey, the way that man built, he can do anything he wants to. He's Debo on the field, so hey, let him play. He want to play quarterback? Go ahead, Debo.
Yeah, what do you want, bro? What you got, Kstlyz?
I'm looking at this as a smoke screen here, like, cause remember, the rumors of Kyle Pitts to Atlanta has been. Oh yeah, do it right. Let's all do it together.
I got this
like
too.
All
that. See, I think what the issue came down to is because the Pitts to Falcons things have been, well, I ain't gonna say it's called a rumor, but it's a story been going on for the last month and a half. It don't want to make it seem like, okay, that's automatic because
right.
I mean, even though we think it's going to be automatic, it don't. It, like I said, it wants to keep options all open. I think he believes he'll get drafted by the Falcons because if you look at who picks after us, if you draft, like I said, if all top 4 quarterbacks, if the Falcons decide to trade back, if he's hinting at the Falcons would trade back a couple spots to still get him, that would be an interesting prospect because now you get an extra pick in this year's draft, and you can possibly get an extra pick for next year's draft and still get Kyle Pitts. Because if you look at the teams that's after us, like I said, the Cincinnati, the Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, and all that stuff like that, it might, like I say, Kyle Pitts might not be in that radar. I know Jerry Jones talking about he wants Kyle Pitts at all costs. Like I said, I tell Jerry Jones here, and Kstlyz will tell you, Jerry Jones, if you want Kyle Pitts, you better give up that mortgage. I'll be damned.
I want your house. I want your daddy house. I want your auntie.
I don't think he's going past that.
5 years ago, I want everybody's house.
That's the thing. He's not. Exactly. So if other teams want Kyle Pitts, and like I said, Miami's in there too. If other teams want Kyle Pitts, and you want him at 4, you better give up. You better give some shit up, but we don't like that. At number 4, he is the best value, and he knows he's the best value at 4. Because the level between Kyle Pitts and the next tight end is a big drop off from top 5 at Kyle Pitts, and then you're looking at the next tight end, it might be mid-second round, maybe 3rd round. So you're going to get the best value. So he know he's playing the game right now.
Without question.
What you got, Rich?
Well, mainly what I'm really interested in with the whole Kyle Pitts thing is that he met with the Falcons at least 4 times. Correct?
Yeah.
So typically when a franchise is meeting with a guy at least more than 3 times, that just shows the interest they have in him. You know, really taking the time to get to know the person, just to see what type of football player they are, what type of person they are outside of the field, right? Outside of between the lines, because at the end of the day, they are representing the organization. So you do got to draft the right person. You can't fuck up on that. You know, at the end of the day, 12 personnel is, you know, Arthur Smith was very successful with that in Tennessee. So seeing that with him and Hayden Hurst would be very, very interesting. And it would be something where we know we need an immediate impact on our offense, primarily the red zone. We know that we always struggled in the red zone, right? We always know that we couldn't score. Now, Kyle Pitts, if we're supposed to take him, that's a big target. That's a big target in the red zone. Who you really gonna defend? You know what I'm saying? And his blocking is he's gonna surprise people with his blocking. I know that. Mainly being an underdog, people keep telling him can't really block as much, but we'll see about that when that happens. You know, but more time, that's all I gotta say on that.
I keep saying this over and over again. This is where I get so angry when people say stupid crap like Kyle Pitts can't block. Who the fuck cares? Do you say Steph Curry? You can't go on the block? You're not a good rebounder? Like who the fuck cares? He's shooting threes from half court and hitting them bitches. Why the hell am I caring if he can't rebound? Do you understand what I'm talking about with Kyle Pitts? He's damn uncoverable. Kstlyz, we've seen where he absolutely destroyed everything that Georgia did. We threw safeties at him. We threw 2 safeties at him. We threw a linebacker. We threw 2 linebackers at him. God knows how many damn cornerbacks we threw at him. The dude still ran through Georgia defense. Georgia is one of the most consistent, more physical defenses when you look at the college game. Outside of Alabama, the dude still destroyed it. And you worried about blocking? He's gonna look. He's gonna. You got guys like Lee Smith. We traded for Lee Smith for blocking. You have guys like I forget the Ryan Deckler. I forget his name. Becker.
Yep, Ryan Becker.
No, you got to say that right. Post Malone.
I knew you was gonna interrupt.
Post Malone.
Yeah, he could look like it.
Got me saying, wow.
I say congratulations.
Come on, dog. Like everybody else saying, I'm saying stupid comments like, oh, it's come on. Come on, bro. It's college football. These are NFL players. These are still NFL players. Just because you're in college, these guys are in college because they're not old enough, not because of their skill level. All right. So look, I say this all the time. You have a team for a reason. It's different positions for a reason. Not everybody is asked to do the same thing. That's why you have a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line. Even offensive linemen have different responsibilities. So to say that, oh, it's just college, he's very good at what you're asking him to do. And that's why I say I don't know fine, you know what, about what you guys say about any especially a receiver like Kyle Pitts to do this 6'6". What is a 4'4"? Come on, dog. Who the hell cares if he came up?
And the thing
Last
is,
time
when
I
you
checked,
look at,
I didn't think like John O. Smith blocked. They wasn't talking about John O. Smith blocking.
Exactly,
So,
bro. Exactly.
Delaney Walker. I mean, he was all right, but
Yeah,
nobody was really talking about his blocking skills. So
you got 100% catching rating, bro. Come on.
Come on,
with Kyle Trask.
You seen that play? He's tipping the ball to himself. I know everybody's seen that play. He's tipping the ball to himself, bro. You can throw that shit anywhere. You can't touch that shit.
Yo, he literally made Kyle Trask a draft pick, okay? Because without this, we ain't having this conversation. So what do you think? What do you think that Kyle Pitts would do with a competent offensive coordinator and an actual a Hall of Famer at Matt Ryan of basically throwing him the ball? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? And he doesn't have to worry about getting double teamed because you got Hayden Hurst, Calvin Ridley, and you got Julio Jones. Who are you going to double team? You can't double team everybody. You can't double team everybody. So what exactly do you plan to do? What do you plan on doing? You got to take the best player available at that point. And at that point, the best player available is Kyle
Neil Robinson. Like that.
Daniel Robinson with the
appreciate
$5 chat.
$5. Appreciate you, bro.
But
raise the money, man.
But like you said, the thing is, are you looking for a guy that's going to dominate block, or you looking for somebody to seal the edge? Like I said, Kyle Pitts can seal the edge. You don't need him to block for 4 seconds. That's what you have an offensive line for.
Yeah.
Like I said, he has capabilities to where he can spring some guys. Like I said, it don't take but a chip to goddamn spring a damn running back. I'm just saying.
I mean, was it J.C. Horn was actually touting his name, saying that was like the most was the hardest cover that he had this entire year was Kyle Pitts. J.C. Horn said that. Basically the top corner in the draft, if not, arguably one of the top 2 corners in the draft said that. There's not much you can say with that. You know, and also to let you know that what I've seen Terry Fontenot do, I mean, he always was talking about like best player available, and it seemed like he was getting these bargain basement free agents so that he could take best player available as he's going in the draft. I mean, it looked like he was adding depth to the places that we needed depth at, and we look like we're going to be taking best player available, at that point. So I don't think that Hayden Hurst is going to be here past next year. So you got to have somebody that's going to be there that's going to take over those rings, and Kyle Pitts is that guy. Kyle Pitts is that guy, plain and simple. I don't see anybody else that's going to give you that value at that point. And even though you can say what you want about, Justin Fields, he'll be the most expensive backup out there, plain and simple, but you need immediate impact. Immediate impact is Kyle Pitts. You want to sell out the Mercedes-Benz Dome? Kyle Pitts.
If we were supposed to really trade back, because at the end of the day, we really have to consider this us trading back and possibly being in the 9th or 10th in that area, who would be the best available player? So you got who should the Falcons get at 9, 10 if we was supposed to trade back? Who do any of you guys on the panel, people in the comments, anybody could comment on that? What you got, Mike? Oh, okay, go ahead.
I said this already. I've said this before. I said this before, and people may think I'm an absolute fool, but hey, it is what it is. All right, they probably already think I'm a fool, but when you imagine what great defensive coordinators who are great at scheming players and getting those guys, open and do what they do best, I don't think Dean Pease is the dude is one of the best. So when you look at a guy like Chuck Smith, who continues to say that this guy is going to be a problem. He trained this guy coming from college. You already know what I'm going to say, Kstlyz.
I know where he going.
Go ahead and say the name for me, dog. Go ahead and say the name.
Hold on. Gregory Rousseau.
Hey, man. His length, his speed, his hand placement. When you go to the school of Chuck Smith, all right, you're going to learn how to rush the passer. Look what he did with Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd, all right, completely changed. He completely changed his game. The dude ended up getting double-digit sacks. Granted, it was with, all right, Aaron Donald. But this is the thing. Leonard Floyd, even with Chicago, he was still putting up 6-7 sacks. But he took him to the next level. That's what it's about. Gregory Rousseau with his length, that's something you can't teach, bro. You can't teach length. You can't teach athleticism. But once he learns how to be a pass rusher and use his hands, there's nothing you could do as an offensive lineman to get this guy to slow him down on what one-on-one, because he's going to get one-on-ones if Grady Jarrett is beside him. He's going to get one-on-ones with Grady Jarrett beside him. So that in itself, with a Dean Pease who's going to muster up some blitzing packages on the opposite side, to have Grady Jarrett and Gregory Rousseau on one side, man, that right there is absolutely insane. So I have Rousseau, a guy, I'm taking a chance of him at scoring, the 10 range. You said 10 range, right, Rich?
Yeah, around that area. Yeah.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? Like, I think what is I think people have his stock falling because of the fact that he opted out this year, right?
Yes, sir.
And I think the whole idea is like Jalen Phillips, being the fact that he played, his stock is rising. And for the fact that you didn't see a lot of Gregory Rousseau this year, his stock is falling. Hey, I'll put it like this. That's going to happen a lot in this draft. And I think that's why a lot of these so-called experts don't know what's going to happen, because you're going to go on 2019 tape. And you don't know if that's going to translate, into the NFL. You're going to have to go on maybe like his sophomore year or freshman year, depending on when these guys are coming out. But you have to go for the highest ceiling. I'm sorry, Flo. I think Quiddy Pay is going to be gone. But Gregory Rousseau, if he happens to fall, because there's two people that I'm actually interested in, is going to be part of our next topic. And Gregory Rousseau, if he happens to fall and we trade back, right? I would say Gregory Rousseau, and I would actually take a flyer on this. You guys can crucify me if you want. Caleb Farley. Just for the fact of like the upside. Because his stock is falling, and he will probably fall to day 2. Because they really scared of that back injury or whatever. But if you could scheme him the right way, I think that, you can get a possible steal with Caleb Farley. What you think, Rich?
Caleb Farley. Well, I feel like it's a lot of smoke going on with Caleb Farley with his back injury right now, saying that, but at the end of the day, when you put on this kid film, he has great IQ. When he talking about playing the zone and actually playing the ball, most people don't understand. You got to find the ball. You got to attack the ball as a defensive player, mainly as a defensive back, period. So he has a great IQ as in hawking the ball and actually finishing. So now, once you catch interceptions as a defensive player, the next mindset is score. So he shows you that ability when he has the ball in his hands. He's a playmaker and he could do something with that ball. You know, I honestly want Caleb Farley to slip back. I want people to not pick him. I wouldn't mind taking him if he's there, because but as long as he's healthy, you know, the staff make sure that he's good to go and you work him out and he's fine, then why not take a guy like him? You know, and just to touch back on what Mike was saying earlier about Chuck Smith, shout out to Chuck Smith, man. Great dude, great show. You know, I remember him talking about it. Chuck Smith was saying how he told the Falcons to draft a certain amount of guys that's dogs right now, like Geno Atkins. Yeah. You know, I remember him saying that, you know, and that's something that we do need, you know, pertaining to that area. And I do like that, Mike. I'm gonna run with that. I'm gonna run with Russo. You know what I mean? But go ahead. That's all I want to say. Good.
Hey man, y'all about to get that, man. I told you this dude is we call Rich Dallas for a reason, man. He got knowledge for days, bro.
Bro. Exactly. And he's the Mike linebacker, so you know if you mess with him, he's Mike and Will, man. I did it all, man. Mike and Will linebacker, man.
Oh, we got another one. Hold up. We got some more money coming in.
He came with the
Jerry
$5.
Boy, what it do?
$5. He said,
what it do for the $5? If we can afford 9 draft picks, should we trade back for more picks? If we can afford 9 draft picks, should we trade back for more picks?
See, here's the issue. Here's the issue here. Now, people are talking about the Julio thing and how it will create more cap space as far as the draft and stuff like that. We have to also remember, I want to give a shout out. I'm trying, Mike, I want to make sure I get this right. I don't know if it was Matt Curley that said this, but you still have restructures in your back pocket to create that space.
Right. Yeah, that was Matt Curley.
Mm-hmm. Which is well. Let me get this right. He said Grady Jarrett.
Yeah. You can extend Grady Jarrett. It was Grady Jarrett, and I believe. Don't quote me. It may have been Julio Jones, but extending Grady Jarrett, and if I can find a tweet, but it was extend Grady Jarrett for sure, that you still can create some money. And at this point, it's like, you know, Grady Jarrett, Julio Jones, those guys are obviously the two left that has it. They're happy with it. The great thing about it is that these guys are still young. Grady Jarrett was 27, 28 years old. Both of these guys are fairly young, so they got at least, at the very least, 3 to 4 years in their prime. So you're going to get good years, barring injury. So I think this is a no-brainer at this point. Like, the only thing that we're worried about is making a foolish deal. And this is one of the reasons why I say, when you look at the money, always got to find look, man. The FBI, the police, all the narcs, all them follow the money trail, and it'll tell you everything that you need to know, bro. So follow the money, look at the salary cap, and it will tell you everything that you need to know. So with that being said, please check out Matt Curley on Twitter. Trust me, he gives you the number. He breaks it down so you guys will not be caught off guard and thinking, oh, we can trade Julio, we can trade Matt. Like, bro, it's all about the money, bro.
Yeah, we talking to you, Peter King, spreading that BS and whatnot, man. I'm name drop. I'll name drop. We talking about you, Peter King. You know, it must have been a real slow day. These guys are just sitting there, can't wait till Thursday. They just sitting there typing anything just to get to Thursday, man. Man,
it's gonna be a movie, man.
I'm typing anything just to get to Thursday, man. What we got for the? What you got, King? My bad, man.
Okay, so I was gonna say second day. Like what Mike said basically about Gregory Rousseau, I don't think you would have to pick Gregory Rousseau that high. I mean, like you said, it's just one of those cases where if you would have traded back with, like I said, a Chicago or Washington at 19, you could still get Gregory Rousseau in that range. Now, second day, I look at like Caleb Ferry. Caleb Ferry would definitely be a good chance to take at that at round 2, but Mike knows that the one guy that I look at, well, actually, there's 2 guys in the second round that I look at, and that's Javon Holland and Boogie Basham. Those are the 2 guys that I look at in that second round. It's just one of those cases that who's going to be best available. Because I look at Javon Holland, I look at him. Like I said, he's not the biggest. He's not the biggest safety as far as size wise, because he's about 196 pounds, but he's 6'1". So he knows how to high point, and I think he's one of the best man coverage safeties. He can play zone, but he's definitely one of the best man coverage safeties in this draft. It's like I said, but it's all depending on how you view him based on him being in the Pac-12. Because as we all know, the Pac-12 defense and shit ain't shit. Let's be real. But hold on, go ahead, Mike.
I think this is really worth interrupting just a bit, because there's something that I didn't know. When you look at the dead cap hit for Julio Jones, the Falcons wanted to trade Julio Jones. It would be a $7 million cap hit. But the thing is, again, when we talk about money, extending players, the money for the future, it's $15 million in 2022 if we decided to trade Julio. All right, so that's $15 million gone, plus the 30 million for Matt Ryan. So right off the bat, that's almost a half of $100 million, about $50 million off just for those 2 players. But this is the kicker. Last year, Calvin Ridley missed out on $3 million not being voted on the Pro Bowl. So the Falcons next year, this year, if he would have made the Pro Bowl this year, the Falcons would be even more cap held. So thank Justin Jefferson for making the Pro Bowl, and an extension for Grady Jarrett per Matt Kstlyz. He's going to extending him is going to create a little bit more cap for the Falcons being there. So for me personally, I think this pretty much guarantees that Grady Jarrett is going to be here for the next couple of years, because he's the only option for the team right now to clear up some space for this year and next year. Grady Jarrett is the only option.
Yeah. I mean, let me just say before we move on to the next topic, though, because we all know, going back to Kyle Pitts, I'm honestly scared to death for the simple fact of, number one, is I'll be okay if Cincinnati takes him, if they just happen to take a risk and maybe, just say, screw it, and they'll take Kyle Pitts. But if Kyle Pitts is sitting at 8 and Carolina is on the clock, I'm scared to death right now, because I don't want to see that guy talk again. Yeah, we couldn't stop anybody before. But you mean to tell me that we have to worry about CMC and Kyle Pitts too? No, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you like this: there's a portion of the Falcons fans that want the quarterback. Like I said, that is one of the cons as well. If Kyle Pitts go to Carolina and he busts our ass, like I said, you're gonna have to deal with it, because that's gonna be one of those. Like I don't want to be in a 10 years. I don't want to be in a
10 year, bro.
Exactly. See, I don't want to be in a situation where we drafted somebody in the first round that cannot not only make an immediate impact, but also be a future star.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue why we really don't like the quarterback at 4 doesn't make sense for us, because like we said earlier, we look at Green Bay, like Jordan Love. They drafted Jordan Love hoping to replace Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers ended up having the best season he's ever had. And so instead of trusting the quarterback and like I said, letting him decline that quarterback that they drafted in the first round, which could have been a playmaker on offense, could have been the biggest difference between them losing the NFC Championship game and winning the Super Bowl. See, we don't want to go down that road where we playing the regret game. Because we like I said, we done had quite a few drafts where we didn't play the regret game. We done lost out on Todd Gurley in his prime.
I was to say that.
We done lost out on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the Falcon fan base was pissed off about that.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all want to go through that again?
Let me say something real quick. Something really just came across my mind, and I want to ask you. I want you guys' opinion on this. And this is something that I think, coming from a general manager, man, I think the issue with the Atlanta Falcons, in particular, Thomas Dimitroff, the true test of a general manager is what can he do, the moves that he can make without a ton of money. Like right now, he's forced to look and be a talent evaluator because you can't go out in free agency and bring in a Ndamukong Suh or one of those impact players right off the back. So it's forcing the Falcons to really dig deep, and focus on the scheme, is something that we haven't done in a while. And what Thomas Dimitroff, when we hired Thomas Dimitroff, he came in on a relatively, it was a rebuild. Let's just be honest. It was a rebuild, and he had just everything. It was like a kid in the candy store. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want that's how he is now. Mm-hmm. Now we have Terry Fontenot. Do you think he's in the position where he's licking his chops and saying, all right, this is where I'm going to shine? All right, because again, we all know that it's easy for a general manager to go out and get all these different guys when you have a ton of assets. Do you think that's what he's thinking right now?
I think so. I think so. I truly believe that. When you watch these interviews, we just have to listen, Atlanta Falcons fans, right? He says it, and he says that during free agency, that's when you best attack needs and you get guys. Totally, so far what he did, we added 11 guys off of free agency. 6 defensive guys, 5 offensive guys, right? So now addressing to your question, I would like it for us. It makes sense for us to get a load of picks and, rebulk this roster. They said it so many times. This roster is going to be completely different, and we still have to add on to that. Now, I feel like we would win in this draft if we get a quarterback later at some point, like Kellen Mond from Texas A&M. I'm really heavy on this kid, big time. If we're supposed to get him in the later rounds, so far, what we have not added a quarterback to our roster. The only quarterback on our roster right now is Matt Ryan, Matty Ice. So we know we're going to draft that quarterback. The question is, what round? You get what I'm saying? What round we're going to draft the quarterback? Is it going to be the first? Is it going to be the second? Is it going to be, you know what I'm saying? That's the shit we don't know. But while you have those other Falcons fans, we gotta show love to I'm gonna show love to the Falcons fans that want the quarterback for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just show them a little something. At the end of the day, we all wearing the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yo, Rich, man. Rich, you want to be that guy, okay? You want to be that guy? Look, I already turned heel. I already turned heel right now, man. I'm not going to
Go ahead, bro. Do your thing.
I sit there and I deal with this stuff on Twitter. I mean, everybody that follows Atlanta Falcons Nation, we all follow each other, and we get the stuff on Twitter too. We talk amongst each other. We talk amongst the fans, and honestly, I don't think that they know that there's more than 4 quarterbacks in this draft. You got to understand, there's a little bit more than just 4. But see, his idea is that you have to listen to us, okay? You have to listen to the people that actually do the research and not just ESPN. It just gives you the first 4 or even the first 10 or 15, depending on the depth of the draft. They'll give you the ones that actually want to sell you ratings. We're going to give you depth of what's going to improve our team. Okay, you may or may not like it, but we do basically hard work so that this is how we feel that this team could be built for the next, for the next regime. Are we saying that we don't want a quarterback? No, we're not saying that at all. But what we're saying is that we don't think at 4 we can invest that kind of money, because just like what Mad Mike did, he gave y'all a math lesson, and I hope you guys are paying attention. He gave you a math lesson, because this ain't Madden. You can't just turn the cap off and just do whatever the hell that you want. Okay.
Right.
What happens is that you're going to have a lot of dead cap money, and you won't be able to do nothing next year. So it's like, okay, so you rather get some guy now and not do anything next year, and then you guys still want to complain about it next year. So this is what we believe. BPA fits that 4, and then we can also get Kellen Mond, or there's another guy like Davis Mills, somebody they could groom for the next 2 to 3 years, for the next regime. But we can move on to the next. Before I lose my damn mind right now.
Hey, I'm about to say, I'm about to say, before we get to this, I'm gonna say it like this: are you willing to pay almost $25 million for a backup for the next 2 or 3 years? Because you can't get rid of Matt Ryan. Like I said, Kellen Mond, Jamie Newman gives you the Justin Fields skill set at less the cost. Think about that.
Right.
Think about that. Let that shit sit in your head.
I'm a cheap. Look. I'm a cheap motherfucker. So I ain't gonna tell you no lie. So, like I said, you get the same skill set, you get the same spread option, read quarterbacks, but you get them at less the price. And it's not going to cost you later on down the line. Because the thing is, if you do draft, and like I said, it's still a possibility they might do this, but if you draft a Justin Fields, you draft a Mac Jones or Trey Lance, remember, you cannot get, like I said, you're not going to get out of that Matt Ryan contract without paying some money. Let's just keep it real on that. You're going to pay regardless if you trade him.
You're going to have to pay some big time money on someone, and this is like you're going to have to get rid of Grady Jarrett, Debo, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, any one of those guys. Like you're going to have to get rid of them if you draft a quarterback at 4, because the money issue, and this is the things that we continue to say to you guys. Like I'm not willing to get rid of a guy just so I can say I want to build this team the correct way. So when that's my entire, I don't want to sit up here and have to, bargain bargain shop for 2-3 years because we want to draft a quarterback that may not even, pan out. If he doesn't pan out, it's even more of a financial issue because now you built the whole team around Justin Fields, and Justin Fields is not just Justin Fields. It could be anybody. Trey Lance, anybody. Mac Jones, any of those guys. You know what I'm saying? You built the team around these guys, and guess what? They didn't pan out. So now you're looking like Miami. You got to shift out all these guys to get rid of this player. They just traded Eric Flowers, okay? Just traded Eric Flowers because now, guess what? They don't believe in Tua. This is what you're talking about right now. And we don't have a defense like Miami. So we can't just say, okay, we're going to retool this team. We're going to start over. We don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have that at all. So that's the issue, man. I want to do it the right way, the correct way. And not just because we're in our feelings about, Matt Ryan being here for 13 years.
Right.
Right. I'm about to say, just like Madden said earlier. Just like Madden said earlier, it's not a guarantee that Hayden Hurst and Julio Jones gonna be here in the next couple of years anyway. So why? So if you do get a Kyle Pitts, you set up a future playmaker for the Nets guy for the next 4 or 5 years.
I mean, if anything, Julio and Matt might ride out together.
Yeah,
You know,
because
you never know.
and then, like you said, and at the same time, who knows if Calvin Ridley's gonna be here neither? Because they might not want to pay that money if he, like I said, if he doesn't get better from what he did this year. So,
Right.
you want, like I said, and I kind of had a confrontation with somebody about this too, and I'm like, so if you are a quarterback, if you bring in a new quarterback at the risk of losing a couple weapons, now you done handicap that quarterback because of that. Especially if you're paying the quarterback the money that you would expect him to start the following season. I'm just gonna put it at that. I rather set the foundation than buy the building with no foundation. Because now you already setting the quarterback up to fail.
See, this is what we like, though. I mean, you know, I'm gonna let the nation know. We wasn't gonna really talk about the first round today. We really wasn't. But you see how it just kind of gets just dragged on in there, you know? Because I mean, I get it. Like everybody's like excited. This is the first time we've been in the top 5 in a while, and you got a new regime, new coach, and everything like that. So we get it. But you know, moving on. So the next topic is, how do the additions of all free agents help the Falcons? Well, let's see here. You got
Go. Get to it. Let's get to it.
All right, so we got Lee Smith, Mike Davis. I'm just going to the notable ones, okay? I'm just going to go to the notable ones. They don't need to go into all the other ones we don't even know about. Cordarrelle Patterson, Deron Harmon, you got Markevious Mingo, Eric Harris, Jonathan Bullard, you know. I'm liking, I didn't see this Cordarrelle Patterson signing coming. Honestly, I did not see that coming at all, you know, and it seemed like
we did see that.
You saw it coming?
Yes, because I've been doing a lot of film work on it, and that's the element that the Falcons have been missing. I've been saying it all year. The Falcons need a Tyreek Hill, Taylor Gabriel type of guy, because that's what made our offense so dangerous. They had no idea when Taylor Gabriel was going to come around and take an end to the house, you know, take a screen to the house. That's the element that we've been missing. So again, we always talk about the small, intricate details of football. You gotta pay attention to those types of guys.
Yeah, we got that bargain basement right here, because we actually got somebody. See, you know, Atlanta Falcons, you ain't gotta go to the bathroom during kickoff anymore. Okay, you don't need to go into the bathroom no more. Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna see something. You're gonna see something.
Yeah,
spectacular.
you already know. Like before, we had Eric Weems back there. We had Eric Weems back there. You know, you already know that we was probably going to take it out on the 25. You know, we're going to take a knee, and we're going to take it out on the 25, and we're going to have an uphill battle. Yo, Patterson said, "I got the green light whenever. I'm running it out."
Right. And honestly, Cordell Patterson is an athlete. You know, we know what he can also do with the ball in his hands, at him at running back or him at slide or receiver, even catching the screens. There's plenty of plays that we've seen throughout Cordell Patterson's career where he can make something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? If he don't got nothing, he'll make something happen out of it. You know, just to address the question, you know, I can see that based off the free agents that we signed, that Arthur Smith and Dean Pease played a big factor in it, making sure that they're getting guys that's tough, that's smart, that's veteran players at that been on the field and can also coach up the younger guys. You know, leadership is really big, and we added some guys that won Super Bowls. You know, we got guys that won Super Bowl, so they know what it takes to win, and bring guys under their wing to show them the ropes. You know, so I'm really happy about that. Mike Davis is really going to play a big factor. You know, little night. He can run the ball really well. Those two tight ends, even that we added, those are going to be our blocking tight ends. We know that. You know, depth at the linebacker position. You know, we added that. That was good. Eric Harris, we know what he's going to bring. And one thing that was going to surprise everybody is Josh Andrews. You know, we'll see how Josh Andrews plays a factor during training camp. You know, at that left guard position. You know, we possibly might out draft the lineman as well. We'll see how that goes in the later rounds. Just to add on, I just want to say this one thing towards our linebacker core. You know, this is a good linebacker draft class. Like, I just have to say that. You know, we have Mekhi Walker, Foye Lucan, Deion Jones, and we added 2 more linebackers. So that's 5. But you can't. There's nothing wrong with adding more. You know, when you load it, because we know we're going to be blitzing in and out. You know, we need that. Like, just to name you a few guys, you know, Jabril Cox, Nick Bolton, you know, Jeremiah from Notre Dame, you know, Monty Rice. Oh, another dude, Chad Surratt, North Carolina. That kid is a problem, man. These are guys that are like 6'1" and up, where they're very versatile. They could do so many things. They could stop the run, good footwork, play the pass, all that. So I would love to see the Falcons draft at least one of these linebackers I just named, probably in the later rounds or so, just to add that depth. Because when you add a nice front 7 to your defense and you can't run the ball, it's just like it makes it a lot easier on the back end, right? Which we really lack for the Falcons. So, you know, we see that's the only reason why how Tampa won. You know that, right? You see that linebacker core they got? Those are some dogs. Those are some headhunters. You know, they're really good at the blitz and stopping the run. We know Debo can do what he can, but we know he lacks that physical presence and getting off those blocks. It's not easy in the trenches, guys. It's not easy. Foye, we see Foye, he's stepping up. He's a big guy. He can fill in those runs. He can fill in those gaps. You understand? So add another guy to that could do the same thing would be great. You know, that's all I was talking about. So.
For Junior, man.
But I told you, boy, if I had my church organ, it'd be like,
let the church say amen.
But
I just have one thing to add to that, man. And I think I heard it today. I think I seen it maybe like in a tweet, and it said Dean Pease wants some beef up front. So I'm saying like he wants some beef. He wants some Tyler Shelvin up there. He wants some guys that got bricks in their back pocket because he knows that he has athletes at linebacker, and you need to fly around. To fly around, you need to have guys that's going to be able to suck up some blocks. Therefore, that multiple scheme, that means your defensive ends are going to have to be at least like 270, 260, 270, easy. You know, I'm actually, the more I hear about that, the more excited I'm getting because I already know if they get Tyler Shelvin, and I think we will be able to get him maybe like in the 3rd round. It seems like, you know, those tackles going to go around there, like 3rd or 4th round. You know, we gonna do some things this year, man, on the defensive end. Like, watch them fly around the ball. What you got, Kstlyz?
Man. But I don't know how to come after Rich. Well, after Rich on him, he preached it, bro. He preached it. But
got him on
I found out a statistic to let you know about Cordero Patterson. Okay, I want y'all to write this down. All right, hey, I want y'all to write this down. Cordero Patterson had more return yards in the first 5 games than the Falcons had all season.
Damn.
That makes you just want to shake your head, bro.
Like Mike says, and like what everybody on AFN says, the small, intricate details are the differences between you winning and losing. Special teams is very important. And the thing about Cordero Patterson, I saw somebody had asked, is he a legitimate running back number 2? He don't need to be a legitimate running back number 2. He just needs to be a player out there. That's what they brought him in here. And then, like I said, exactly. So,
just remember, like Curtis Samuel. Remember Curtis the way Carolina Panthers used Curtis Samuel last year.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Like I said,
same thing.
Like I said, he's going to be the guy that if he's on the field, you don't know what the hell they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
We lacked that last year. If you knew Ty Gurley was on the field last year, you knew it was a run.
You knew it was going to be one or two things.
If you know Smith was on the field,
you knew it was going to be a
draw.
That was it.
You knew it was a plan. But hold on, wait a minute, hold on. Somebody asked me. Tam Game said, "Wait a minute, let me repeat this again." The first 5 or 6 games, Cordero Patterson had more return yardage, punt and kickoff return yardage than the Falcons had all season. Which means 9 times out of 10, we like I said, we starting at the 25 every time.
I told you I go to the bathroom, bro. That's it.
Exactly. It's
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you have to have that guy that is a threat. And like I said, with the rest of the free agent players we got the experienced guys. We got the guys that have starting experience. Like you said, a Barkevious Mingo.
Yeah.
You know who's going to benefit off of Barkevious Mingo the most out of all the linebackers we got is Michael Walker, because this guy has been in the league a long time. He done seen it. He done seen everything. He done seen it from being that first round pick to to humbling himself to kind of being a role player, going through all the steps and stuff. Michael, and I'm gonna guarantee this like this: in the next couple years, Michael Walker is about to be a monster.
Yeah, bro, I just made a video on that today. That's
kid's a problem, man.
One of the most. That dude is so physical and so athletic. Like he's gonna have some fun with Deion Jones and Michael Walker. Foye Oluokun is a man in the middle. All right, that dude is a man in the middle. And you have Deion and the thing that I love most about Deion, that he has the experience as a middle linebacker, but the way that he came off the edge last year, that dude looked like he belonged on the outside. He looked like he's been playing that position, that outside linebacker, blitzing technique for years. And he, like I said, he led the team and tied with the team and sacked with 4.5 sacks. So the Falcons are going to have the DBs is just going to have so much fun. And one guy that I think a lot of people just not paying any attention to, and I cannot reiterate this more than what I've already done. I've done a film breakdown and why. This is one thing I will give to. I blanked out his mouth, but he's the defensive coordinator, Raheem Morris. He did a great job of using Isaiah Oliver to his strengths. He put him in the slot. He used him as a tackler, a blitzer, and the dude absolutely shined. You put him with a guy like Dean Pease, the dude is going to make plays. He's going to be a much better version of Brian Poole.
And then there's two other things too that we ain't talking about. And I think this guy might turn out to be the best free agent we got this year, and that's Harmon.
Yep.
You know,
first thing he said was he wanted to play for Dean Pease. Championship experience, starter experience at both safety spots, and he can hit.
You know, I've noticed that a lot of people are saying that the coaches that we have is that free agents want to play with Arthur Smith and Dean Pease. Like they're flocking to Atlanta saying we want to play for you guys, you know. Exactly. And just to know that when you're playing on defense, I don't know if a lot of people here played, you know, play ball, whatever like that. But if you play on defense, the simpler your scheme is, the more fun you're going to be able to have out there, and the more plays you're going to be able to get. And if you thought AJ Terrell was basically going to extend last year, wait till what he happens this year.
Mm-hmm.
He showed some promise last year. I know I was a little upset too. Like when we took him, that was my bad. But the pressure that we're going to create, dude. Like first of all, like Eric Harris I think he hasn't played that many games. I mean, he's a veteran, but this guy has about 3 or 4 interception touchdowns.
Oh
yeah. Like, when he gets it, he goes to the house.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually going to get to that.
I know you would.
About Eric Harris, a lot of people don't know he played linebacker too.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
He played linebacker too. So if there's one of those, and like you said with Dean Pease and how he loved to create these matchups, don't be surprised if you see Eric Harris a little bit at that middle linebacker spot next to Dion.
You have no
idea
that is going to happen. That dude is going to have so much fun.
Yeah, he's a thumper. Yes. He could do something. And even in the interview with Harmon, where he was saying, he heard and spoke with other guys that played for Dean Pease of just even saying how much fun it is. At the end of the day, football is fun. You want to have fun at the end of the day. You want to have fun what you're doing, so you get the most out of your players when you're having fun what they're doing and doing things that they might have never done before. They want to maximize their abilities, and that's what you're going to see out of Dean Pease and out of defensive guys that we added on our team, and we all should be excited about that. So now with these 2 safeties and the safeties that we added, compared to the previous safeties that we had, those are 2 different guys. The play style is going to be completely different, and I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to see it. And so should the other Falcons fans, Falcons Nation should. So let's get it.
Hold on, we gotta get to this
one.
Oh,
99.
Oh
my God! We forgot about him.
Fabian Moreau, bro. And then, like I said, Ricardo King. We appreciate the 499. We forgot about Fabian Monroe.
Oh my God!
And there's one more player that we have on that defense actually there's 2 more that we ain't even talked about yet, and that's Jalen Hawkins and fucking John Kaminsky. We ain't talking about those 2.
I love Kaminsky's motor, man. I that's one thing I could see that with Kaminsky. Like he do what he has to do on special teams, and he has a high motor and he has great effort. At the end of the day, I was a big Ray Lewis guy, so you can't cheat to effort. That's all on you right there. Effort, that's all it takes. Effort to run to the ball, and I see that every time when he plays. So I like that. Jalen Hawkins, he just got to work on the concussions, but he a hitter, and we good.
Dude, going to what Kstlyz said, if we was to get Javon Harlan, or let's just say Andre Cisco, you bring down Eric Harris in the box and play like a dime safety, and then all of a sudden you blitz Holland or bring him back into coverage or whatever. Like, what are you going to do with something like
what that? What are you going to do?
You have playmakers at every. Get into this. Like, don't forget this guy too, like Marlon Davis.
Marlon Davidson, like I said, is Marlon Davidson, Michael Walker, Fabian Monroe, Jacob too. We ain't even, and like I said, Isaiah Oliver. Like I said, it's a lot of toys that can be manipulated here to really make something serious here. You don't have to have the big name guys on the defense. You just gotta have guys that's gonna be willing to play without thinking. Like, we might actually see a fast and physical defense for once. We ain't seen one of those in damn near 10 to 15 years. Let's be real.
Dean Pease, like you said, didn't come back before a rebuild, man.
He did.
Not come out of retirement for a rebuild.
71 years old. Ain't no way a 71-year-old thinking about a rebuild, dog.
Exactly. You do not come out and say, and even Andy Reid, when he played us last year, Andy Reid said, that's a good team over there. They have players over there. It was just the coaching. That's the thing. We have toys here at our disposal. We just made our guys too mechanical. That cover 3 is too goddamn mechanical, you know? Like when you're flying around making plays, that's what made Tampa Bay so goddamn dangerous, because they just got these guys just flying around doing what you need to be doing. And what's going to happen is that in Atlanta, we have athletes at all 3 levels, man. I know we didn't see that. We didn't see it on film or nothing like that, but if you look at the tape of these guys, they are athletes at every single position, and you're going to act. Dean Peter's going to tell that guy to go out there and just make plays. You see the ball there, be a ball hawk. Go get that. Ain't no knock it down, nothing like that. No, be a ball hawk. Strip the ball. Sack the quarterback. Ain't no play a gap or nothing like that. Yes, that will be aspects of that. But we're going to see you're going to see 11 guys on the field flying around.
Hey, we forgot one more guy they signed too.
Oh, God. What we got?
Brian Copeland.
Brian Copeland. Yeah, man.
And that guy
like
does taxes too.
Exactly. And that's the one thing that we love about this free agency is you got guys that have grit. You got the grit guys. That's what we needed. We like me and Mike have said, we done had Instagram models for far too long. We need Waffle House cooking females. That's what we looking for. That's what we got here. We need the Waffle House cook.
Ugly. Ugly, man.
Hey man, I need some neck rolls. I need some cockeyed. I need all of that.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, we basically got a bunch of guys that like I said, that came from the ground up. They know what they got to do. They know that every play could be your last play on this team if you mess up.
And that's exactly what made. If you look at the Saints, for example, that's what made the Saints as good. Because when you look at that team, that defense, especially the front four, like a lot of those guys are just guys that had second or third chance, and like Demario Davis. Like Demario Davis was an okay linebacker, but he got a second chance. That dude, I'm not giving this shot up. I'm gonna play my heart out. I got a second chance, and these are the guys. This is what Terrence Mathis said. You guys check out the interview. He said we need guys. If he were the GM for the Atlanta Falcons, he would trade back into the second round. He would give away the first round, trade back into the second round, get all guys that are hungry, because most of those guys that are second round and below, those guys are hungry. They want to fight. They've been proven, like they've been told that, look, you're not a first round talent. You're not worthy being taken in the first round. So guess what? They have something to prove. Therefore, they're going to work a lot harder. That's what the Falcons need, man. I mean, look at the greatest linebacker, one of the greatest, if not the greatest linebacker in our franchise history, Jesse Tuggle. His son, Grady Jarrett. Those guys were great. Jesse Tuggle wasn't even drafted, dog. Dude wasn't even drafted. And guess what? Became one of the greatest linebackers in the history of the game. Jesse Tuggle, bro. Like, so that's what the Falcons need. We need hungry guys, bro. I'm tired of these damn Instagram models.
The keto diet is not going to work with us. We need buffet. We need buffet eating motherfuckers. That's what we need.
How y'all feel about this? Kendall Clark. This is one of my boys. Shout out to Kendall Clark. He said big thing the Falcons are missing is leadership. He a Giants fan too. And we played them, so we'll see that. But what y'all think about that?
Hey, man, let me say this real quick, though. You know what? Yeah. One thing I'll say about the Giants, and I don't think a lot of people are giving this dude any credit. He's a much better quarterback than people really give. He get the right coaching system and get the right tools around him. I believe Daniel Jones could be because that offensive line, they got a decent running game. I don't know how Barkley's going to, how he's going to rebound, but you get the right tools around Daniel Jones, man, that dude could be a baller.
Yeah, he just got to work on protecting the ball.
That division is garbage, so, you go as that's in the playoffs in that division.
But like I said, the one thing that with the Giants that they did was they worked on that defense. They found a couple guys, the targets and stuff that are not household names, but guys that want it. We got, they said that's what the leadership is. You got to have the guys that want it. You can't have guys that think I'm going to come in here and automatically have it. Because you're not, like you said, what are you striving for if you know you already got it? You got to be like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Just like what Arthur Smith said in the press conference when he first got hired. I'm not looking to be the smartest guy in the room. I'm looking for guys to hold me accountable. That message right there is what this team has needed for so long. We haven't seen this message with this team since Dan Reeves. Let's just be honest.
Yes, sir.
Mike Smith was cool, but you didn't see accountability in him consistently.
The dude brought in Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips is he's one of the best coaches in the history of the game. He brought him in on his team. So if he really wanted to be the smartest guy, you don't bring in one of the better coaches to, because Wade speaks for himself. And AP's again, he speaks for himself. So he turned around his team. Guess what? That man, he's going to solidify himself as a coach. That's what he's looking for. He's not looking to come in and force his try to be Mr. Builder, Mr. Madden. All right, he's not looking for a damn to come in and try to build a damn fantasy football team. That's not what he's looking. He's trying to solidify himself as a coach. He wants respect. And that's what I love most about him. He wants respect, he wants to win, and he wants to do things the right way. And that's what I love most about him.
Yeah, just like Tony Rice said. Like Tony Rice said right here, and Mike will tell you, the very first time I was on AFN, Mike asked me about the one player that I did love about the draft this past season, and Jalen Hawkins was that man guy, and Michael Walker was the same thing. Because from what I saw with Michael Walker, I saw this dude drop back 20 yards. I forgot who they played. I think they played Cal. He dropped back. They played a cover 2, whatever. He dropped back 20 yards downfield. They ran a draw play, and you saw Michael Walker hit the goddamn running back at the line of scrimmage. Where the hell you see that? Where you see that explosion at?
Nasty.
Yo, I'm about to get everybody right now. You know how we didn't bring up Tutu Mariner?
You know why? You know why we didn't bring up Tutu Mariner? Because we know what to expect from him. We seen what he's done. We know
that dude can bend that edge, man. For somebody so big, he can bend that edge, dog. That's dude. He's nasty on that edge.
Because out of all the defensive linemen we had last year, he was the only one that stood out. So we know what he has. Outside of Kaminsky that didn't really play much, and Davidson that didn't play much. Right here, North Punk ass. But the thing, like you said, we have guys that want to get it. That's gonna be the key thing. If you don't want it, you're not gonna play.
He's right. That's right.
You gotta want it.
All right. So we now I guess we done talk about the round 1 for the past hour. Let's move on to day 2. What should the Falcons take on day 2? See, I'm not going to hold up because I know Rich looking at his paper right now. So you look at it.
Hey, we gotta get Carpet Jr., bro.
Rich can't wait. So
look, man, well, I think the Falcons should address the defensive tackle position. Okay, Jalen Titeman from Pitt. He's a good guy that gets off the ball. At the end of the day, Pitt, that's where Aaron Donald from, right? Mm-hmm. So he has that relationship with Aaron Donald, getting those drills, those key drills. And I'm sorry, guys, but I forgot this kid's name. He's defensive tackle from Washington. Somebody could please put that in there. But he's a dog.
Name, right?
Yeah, I think he's an African dude.
Yeah, it is a really
I'm
long
sorry,
name.
y'all, but yeah. So because that pressure up the middle, guys, like we keep talking about, is very crucial in the defense. Grady Jarrett just can't be him by himself. Marlon Davis, we threw him in there. He's not even used to playing defensive tackle like that. You got Tyler Davison, he's washed up, which he really want to play for the Saints, but we're not even going to talk about that. But as far as that second round is very crucial. We can go defense, just a nice defensive player. I'm satisfied with that. That's all.
Dude, like I think after the first round, after pick 4, like everything from second round all the way to our last pick should be just straight defense, bro. Like honestly, I don't, unless it might be like somebody that's going to contribute like on special teams, but we're pretty deep at receiver. We're deep at tight end. Finally, Quadri Allison is going to be RB2. Can't wait to see that. But in terms of like, boy, man, you got
Jalen Phillips.
Now.
I like Jalen Phillips, man. Him and Arusa.
I don't think he dropped it.
But the thing is, he possibly might get pushed back though. And Jalen Phillips, he really had a good pro day, man. If you really see how fluid he was moving through those bags and those hips, and even him that cone drill where they just spinning, just picking up the towel or something, he was moving smooth and he was moving fast. That's one dude. He got a great bend, Mike. I don't know if you've seen Jalen Phillips.
I have. Me and KSTYLZ, we talk about him all the time.
I like him. Man.
But it's just, what scares me is like those 3 concussions he had. That like his college career was basically ended, and he had to kind of work his way back. That kind of scares me, man. Especially when you take somebody out. Osai would be a steal. I don't know if I would take him that high, but I would say if Basham is there, more like he might be there at
I like 35. Basham. I like Basham. Yeah.
If he's there at 35, or if you want to say like Rashad, you said Rashad Weaver, right? Is that what you said, Rich?
Huh?
Did you say Rashad Weaver?
Nah, who that? Nah, I ain't mentioning him.
Dude from Pitt.
Jalen Tymon.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, 97.
Yeah, I'll take Basham at I would say this: if this guy is actually there at 35, if Asante Samuel Jr. is there at 35, I'm running up to the podium. If he might be there at 35.
Bro. He's gonna be available, bro. He's gonna be available.
If Asante Samuel is there, I'm running to the podium to bring him home, man. That's my pick. Bro. Yeah, that's my pick. Samuel Jr. What you got, Kstlyz?
Ooh, second round. You said, like I said, like you said, one of my favorite players in this whole draft this year, and that's Boogie Basham. I love this game. Like you said, motor. This guy's a motor team, and like I said, the only thing is, and like I said, the one thing that he will bring as far as you're setting up another bookend, because we know Stephen Means probably ain't gonna be with this team next year.
Right.
We already know Fowler ain't gonna be with this team next year. But I kind of have a feeling, and like I said, I did a couple mock drafts and stuff like this, and this is a possibility. Would it be interesting if a Gregory Rousseau would have fell in the second round?
I can see that.
Well,
I can see that, bro.
How interesting would have happened if that was a possibility?
Hey, that would be a perfect time to trade up. They're right in prime position to receive calls and get more picks. With I think that's the perfect position if he were to fall. I think that'd be right there because they right in the fourth. Right. Yeah, the fourth. Yeah. I like that. I like that.
Guys, I found his name from his name is Levy on Woozy.
I don't know how to
out
say
of
that.
Washington. He's 6'3", 288 pounds. That boy have a motor, boy. Like, yo.
Leave a Ozoriki.
Yes. Defensive tackle. Watch his film, guys, after we get off this.
Oh, I've seen it, bro.
All right. But if you're talking about defensive, like I said, yeah, I seen them. And like I said, and everybody, and I'm glad we're talking about day 2 because for some reason people forget that there is 7 rounds in these drafts. People thinking that this first round is the only one that's here. Like, nah, motherfucker, we got 7 rounds worth of picks. I'm just saying. And most people are not going, and most people, and like I said, since it's they put the emphasis on these 4 quarterbacks being like the names of these drafts, we forget this draft has so much depth on defense, you can't go wrong nowhere. Unless you're Thomas Dimitroff and you pick bullshit, which we've seen.
4 tight ends and 2 wide receivers.
Well, picking wide receivers at the second round pick with damn show we have to look at it from a standpoint too. We lost 8 games last year by 6 points or less.
Talk about it.
Which means the team is not bad right now. It's one play. It's one play on defense. Like I said, if you look at all the games, like you may say, okay, yeah, the red zone comes into effect and stuff like that too, but you also have to look at defensively, it could have been one play. I'm sick and tired of talking about the Suki Hana Amber Rose slut walk defense. That's what cost us about 6 games last year. But
hey man. Hey man. Hey man. Hey, I'm gonna say this, man. I think the Falcons are in need of an explosive back. When you look at Mike Davis, Quadri Olison, you're gonna need someone that's gonna be a backup to Cordero Patterson. And a guy, it's 2 guys. I don't know if I'm gonna take him at 2, but this guy I definitely know I'm gonna take at 2 with the second pick, and that's Travis Etienne. When you look at Travis Etienne, you're gonna need, because I always preach variety. You don't want to have one style of back because the game plan might change. You know, you might be playing a team that linebackers aren't very good in coverage. So, like we saw that with Kyle Shanahan when he had Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. Like those guys were abusing Denver's linebackers and safeties. They could not cover out of the backfield. So all he did was spread the field out and just use Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman. And them dudes had like 2 touchdowns apiece during that game. And that's the style of game that we just neglected under Mr. Former Friend. All right. So I'm picking Travis Etienne because he brings that dynamic to the offense that we haven't had since Tevin Coleman is gone. He's great when it comes down to patience and the outside zone running scheme. Again, you want variety with your running backs. You don't want just one style. And Travis Etienne, Kenny Gainwell, those guys. I think Kenny Gainwell is just, that dude is just a playmaker, just waiting. I think he's going to fall in the draft, and he's going to be an explosive player. He's going to be an explosive player in the NFL. Watch out for those.
Don't sleep on Trey Sermon too. Trey Sermon is you know, he's far. You may be able to get him like on day 2, early day.
Yeah, I got him. He's 6'1", 215. Javonte Williams, 5'10", 220.
That's a bowling ball right there, man. If you seen his highlight tape, Javonte Williams run like he's pissed off at everybody.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem I have with Javonte Williams. I feel like he's gonna get gone in the first round.
He might, yeah.
I think he, and I might go out on a limb and say this. I think he might be the first running back off the board. I know we got Najee Harris in here, but they're going to look at the times he split carries and how much pounding that he hasn't taken when split carries with Michael Carter. Yeah, like I said, he's gonna be gone in the first round.
Yeah, that wasn't it like that with Brandon Jacobs? No, not Brandon Jacobs. I'm sorry. Jacobs from the Raiders. What's his name?
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs. Yeah, he was splitting carries, and you seen what he was doing.
Right. Mm-hmm. So he ain't got that pounding on him. Now, I'm about to say, go ahead. I just wanted to make that point right quick. I was going to say, whoever got it. I didn't want to make that point right quick.
Yeah, this you, Rich. Come on, man.
Are we still going with it, huh?
Yeah. I got one for you to think about. I think this one, me and Rich was kind of like a little at odds about. We wasn't arguing though, but I told you I like this guy. This is the only guy I saw on tape that was able to handle. What's his name? Derek Brown from Auburn.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes.
Yeah. You know, I love me some Deontay Brown, that left guard from Alabama, 355 pounds of man.
Yeah.
That dude moves people, man.
Yeah, I got something for you.
You gotta get ugly face when you see that dude move people, man.
I got something for you. Birthday boy. I got something for you. I like the Brown kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? He a big dude, big guy. But from what I've seen in the Reese's Bowl, they ran to his side and he was at that left guard position. And for me, plays that I seen when I was watching him, I ain't really see him move anybody like that. Like, you gotta understand, he's a big guy, you know, just straight up force. But when you talking about what Arthur Smith, what we gonna do, talking about wide zone, you know, inside zone, we needed an athletic lineman to move guys, to move vertically, horizontal, you know, east and west. That's one thing Matt Hennessy was really good at. Just to bring him up, but to come at you, right? I got a little rebuttal for you. This kid, Taven Jenkins from Oklahoma.
Jesus Christ!
He's a fucking dog.
He's an ass kicker. He's an ass kicker. That's what he is.
That's what you want is a bully. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, that's one lineman I do like. Yeah,
but he plays tackle, so. Are you saying that you're not sold on McGarry?
He could play both. He could play both. You got Trey Smith. Okay. Trey Smith is a guard from Tennessee. You know, 6'6", 330. You know, and that's a guard. That's a guard. You know what I mean? And most of these guys, most of these linemen, they have experience playing offensive guard and tackle. So you're gonna see a lot of those guys. And we also know this during this draft, 48 hours. The draft always go left, where it's like you see all these linemen going first round. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, who this?
Yeah.
Like Chris Lindstrom was the big one. We didn't know we were gonna get Chris Lindstrom, bro.
And someone could possibly drop. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
I got something for y'all right quick. Y'all ready for this? Now, you talked about Tevin Jenkins. Now, when people see Tevin Jenkins, they're going to see this guy. He looks like a dork. He looks lame as hell. But when he gets on that field, I've literally seen this dude throw motherfuckers into the stands. That's how nasty this dude is.
Film don't lie. Talk to him.
It don't lie. Like I said, he don't look like, but he look like he will do your taxes for you.
What you call it? A Bruce Banner. He's a dork.
Yo, that dude like Napoleon Dynamite.
Like I said,
Dynamite, bro.
Look. He looks like Napoleon Dynamite. But like I said, when he gets in them hashes,
boy,
if you're not good on your feet, you're gonna end up in student section.
Something happened to him when he put that helmet on, bro. You know, it's just something about those guys when they put that eyeglass on and they put that helmet on.
And like I said, if Tevin Jenkins would have fell in the second round, and like I said, I like Javon Holland, but if Tevin Jenkins fall in the second round, I would take him right there. If Greg Rousseau, I would take Tef J because we need the nasty on the line. We need nasty. We got one guy like that. We need it everywhere. Like I said, the two guys tackles I look at, like I said, Penny Sewell, we know we ain't finna get him. Like I said, Tevin Jenkins and Ben Cleveland are the two guys that I'm looking at. These are two, like I said, these are two guys I'm looking at because we need offensive linemen that if they're in a pile, they're gonna punch somebody in the gut or irate somebody. We need Ric Flairs on the damn offensive line. That's what we need.
What was the name of those guys? Like we had some guys on that right side, that nasty side. It was Tyson Claybo and Harvey Dahl. Harvey Dahl, man. Those dudes on that side, we need guys like that.
Yeah. Yes.
It's been a long time, and we need a crazy ass dude like Patrick Kearney too. I miss that guy too.
Right.
Patrick Kearney, old crazy ass.
I'm excited to see what we really do with this offensive line. Seriously, like left guard position, and we know we're gonna see Matt Hennessy at center. So those are big shoes these guys are gonna be filling. So I'm really excited to see that.
I wouldn't be surprised if everything is up for grabs, bro. Like every last position on that offensive line is just up for grabs. Like right tackle, I'd be scared of that right now because the way Gano played against Joey Bosa, he totally just erased him out the game. Bro, like your position ain't set just because you was picked in the first round. Like Gano could start at right tackle, and then we could draft a left guard. But
best players going to play.
Have somebody might be there too. Elijah Vera Tucker could be there at 35.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's
Lance Dickerson.
Too.
Ooh, center guard.
Lance Dickerson.
Now I really think he's going first round, bro.
Who? Vera Tucker?
The Dickerson. I think he's going first round.
You still got Creed. You got Creed Humphrey from Oklahoma. If you want somebody to try to push Hennessy and play center, like he's steady. Like Creed Humphrey is somebody that you might need to bulk him up a little bit, but he a pro. He's a 4-year starter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm going to get from Hennessy. He played okay against Kansas City, but that's one of the questions on our line. It's like the biggest question mark will be, I think, at center, right now, because I really don't know what I'm going to get, from Hennessy over the course of, the course of a season and whatnot. And you talk about filling shoes from, Alex Mack. I don't know right now on that one. So if I see Landon Dickerson there at maybe 35 or maybe even a little bit later, maybe in the third round, I may have to jump on that, before I jump, and then probably take Trey Sermon day 3.
I'm excited to see Lindstrom announce the second pick.
Yeah, for some reason, I think it's definitely got to be a running back. For me, it just screams running back in second round, man, and that's why I got a guy like ETN just sitting right there because we got to establish that run. Whether we draft a quarterback or not with the first pick or in the first round, man, to establish that run. If we're going to draft a quarterback or the Falcons are going to get the most out of a Matt Ryan, a running back is essential because, like I said, we don't want to get into, and this is something that he stated during the season, during his press conference, is that we're not just going to be, we're not just going to play one style. We're going to play physical, but from game to game, we're going to switch our game plan up, and this is why I have a guy like ETN being taken at that position because we already have 2 physical running backs and Mike Davis and Quadri Olison. And Quadri Olison is still on the team after we released Edo Smith. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. It could be a physical running back that has, that ability to catch the ball out of the backfield like a Devontae. I don't think Devontae will be there, but a Chuba Hubbard, some guy like that, I could definitely see in the Falcons taking him as well. There's just so many backs in this game in this draft that you can go get, man. With a lot of size.
Let me run a scenario past you guys, if you don't mind. Let's just say that Javonte Williams, like, his stock is rising. So let's just say that, Pittsburgh probably take Javonte Williams there. I don't think Tampa's going to take a running back. So, and then I don't think that Tampa Bay is going. I mean, not Tampa Bay. I don't think Tampa Bay or Kansas City is going to take a running back. So now you go into the second round, and then ETN goes first. Again, he goes early in the second round. At 35, if you see Najee Harris there, and Greg Rousseau is there, who are you taking?
In a heartbeat, I'm taking Najee. I'm not taking him in the first round, but Najee can do it all. He can do it all, and that's why it's like the Falcons need a playmaker at the running back position. We don't have a guy that can take the, like we said before with Tevin Coleman. That's why Tevin Coleman was so good with this team, is because we had everything else sewn up. When you wanted the double Julio Jones, you wanted the double Calvin Ridley, you know what I'm saying? You wanted the double Roddy White. Like, you had you always had a running back that at any given time that could take the ball to the house, and that's what you need. That's what you get out of a guy like Najee Harris. The dude is just special. He has special skills. But again, in this NFL, running backs, we've seen special running backs being wearing ACL. We just saw Saquon Barkley, special running back, but this NFL hasn't been kind of running back, so I'm not willing to draft him in the first round just on that.
See, Kevin H is trolling again.
He's in for a fourth round.
Ray.
Oh my God, this dude!
Hey, look, he better switch that to 4 first-round picks.
He just spent $20 on raising Mad Mike's blood pressure up through the roof.
Nah, but we appreciate the love, Kev. We appreciate the love, Kevin. We appreciate it.
Yo, man. We appreciate it.
All right, so we got the last subject right here. Do the Falcons have a chance to win the division? If not, do they make the playoffs?
Hell yeah. Hell, Matt Ryan at the helm. Matt Ryan is, you have a quarterback, you have a chance to win the division. And not just any quarterback. You have a quarterback. All right, so it's like with that, like you got Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, got a offensive coordinator that the defense, and this is something that nobody talks about. You don't know what the hell Arthur Smith is going to do with this offense. We don't know if he's going to air it out. We don't know if he's going to run the ball. We don't know anything. We don't know who's going to be his favorite target. So at this point, it's like, when you look at, the Saints, for example, the Saints knew every game that Dirk Cutter was going to call 9 routes, hook routes, and curl routes. That's it. We knew that's what he was going to call. Now you got Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley and quite possibly Pitts. That these guys can run any route on the route tree, and guess what? The defensive coordinator have no idea what the hell you're going to do. So this year, I think the Falcons are going to surprise a lot of teams offensively because you don't know what you're going to get from Arthur Smith.
All right. KSTYLZ.
Can they win the division? Like the division can get won any year. The only thing that held the Falcons back last year, like I said, you lost 8 games by 6 points or less, which is one play was the determining factor between you winning and losing. Now, we're going to have a different team. We're basically going to have a bunch of Home Depot guys on our team this year.
Right.
We're going to have a bunch of those. Mm-hmm. And I think, and like I said, especially now that the narrative of Matt Ryan is done and he needs to retire and this team ain't got no chance in hell of doing anything in the NFC in general, it might add to a chip on their shoulder. Now, I saw a video today.
Oh,
Maurice White. I'm gonna mention this. Maurice White Jr., aka Stephen A. Smith. He done bashed this team all last year, and the thing is, a lot of those analysts. Wait, hold on. Let's get to this. God damn it, Kevin. Shit. For real.
$25, man.
No, 50 years.
God
damn it.
For real. I see them going second in the division as long as Brady's still there. So for another 50 years or so. So if Brady's still there, as long as Brady's still there, they got us coming up in second. And that's what Kevin's trying to say.
He didn't do shit. What the hell he do last year? Hand the ball off to them and play defense? That man is proud. We almost beat them. We was in both games, but the defense couldn't stop damn Dipley squad, so we end up losing the game.
Right.
So it's like you can say Brady and all this, but what did they really? They didn't really destroy the Falcons. We were in every game.
They basically forced the Bucs the first half. Like Matt Ryan had a field day. He had like 3 bills at the half against that Bucs defense. So it's not like anything that he hasn't seen before. He's not scared of that at all. And if you add a Kyle Pitts to there, there's nothing that they can't do to stop us. It's just the defense that we have to clean up. But that's always been our problem for the past decade. But that's no here nor there. But do I see us actually making the playoffs because if you go through each division, right? We already know Green Bay playing the North. Moving on. The NFC East is a dumpster fire. The NFC West. We got Arizona. I think at least like two teams coming out of the NFC West. Like Arizona and Seattle. Y'all guys think?
I don't think Arizona's going to be that good. I think Arizona's going to be good, but I don't think they're going to be as good as because teams are going to figure out Cliff Kingsbury's offense. Like when that happens, he typically, like we say this all the time. Like defenses, they figure out what you're doing. Then it's up to the offense. It's up to the coaches to adjust. So he's going to have to adjust. I think this is 3rd year, I believe. And they're going to figure out their offense. They're going to figure out their offense. And once they figure out their offense, much like the Rams with I always forget his name, the coach there. But I always forget his name. But
McShay or something like
that? In Arizona. Right? Are you talking Arizona?
Much like the Rams coach.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah. Once they figure out it's always that that moment of just. I don't think Arizona is going to be as good. I still think the Niners are just they're just. I just don't believe in anything Kyle Shanahan does with a quarterback, and they're getting Bosa back. They're getting Bosa back, so we're going to see how that happens. So I don't think the 49ers are going to be good. I think you might have to really pay close attention to Seattle in that division, just based on that.
All right. So I'm gonna get back to what I was saying, and Dave. I don't take anything Stephen A. Smith says seriously. It's just the funny fact that he changed his goddamn tune. It's funny as hell. Yeah. What I'm saying is, but I call him Maurice White Jr. for a reason. Like I said, that means I can't take shit he says serious. Over there, his hairline is about as long as a double Dutch jump rope.
Oh, $20. Hold on. $20.
Hold on, we got a 20.
Bugging, man.
What? My son threw out $50.
Go back to work. Take care of y'all. Hey, we appreciate the love, man.
Appreciate
the love, man.
Get back to work.
Hey, go and make your money home. But like I said, can the Falcons win the division? Yes. Like I said, once they're able to take care of the intricate details as far as special teams, red zone efficiency. Remember, we had the fifth worst pass defense in NFL history last year.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't get no worse than that.
Talk
to him with that, Dallas. Good luck with that, Dallas. You got our coach.
But on the real though, on the real though, when we really look at it though, at that division, you see what the Panthers did, right? They got Sam Darnold. I'll take that. I still like him as a quarterback, but it's still not enough. I feel like I do see us still sweeping them. I'm being honest here. And then with the Saints, Drew Brees is gone now. So a lot of things is going to be different. I'm not sleeping on Sean Payton. We know what Sean Payton could do. He always got something up his sleeve. But I'll still take what's his name? Jameis Winston or whatever, or Taysom Hill any day. With our defense, with DMPs and what he's going to do, I still see us competing. Worst scenario, us splitting with the Saints, but definitely sweeping the Panthers. Now the Bucks, and we have to. They swept us last year, so we at least gotta get them. You know, we gotta get them. Gotta get them. That's Tom Brady. At the end of the day, there's no way in hell he gonna sweep us again. You gotta at least split that and see. So then, worst case scenario, we might finish second in the division, and now us making the playoffs. You know, I expect Arthur Smith to change that scenario where those games, 6-8 games that we might have lost by 6 points or not. Now, let's change that into W's now. Let's change that into W's. So now when we change that into W's, hey, we talking about a whole new team. Everybody won't be talking about Atlanta all of a sudden. And you're going to see the bandwagon start coming on. We're going to see all these Falcons fans, fake Falcons fans, going to start coming on, showing, man.
No, because anytime that Matt Ryan throws an incomplete pass, they're going to be banging on the table talking about we should have took Justin Fields. Like that man can't win for trying, bro. Like honestly, I honestly feel sorry for, especially being the fact of, I mean, Rich, you know this. Like me and you from New York. And if you actually talk to Jets fans, they haven't had a proper, I always say this, they haven't had a proper quarterback since 1969. I do not count what's his name? Butt fumble ran to the dude's ass. What's his name? Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. Like I don't
even hurt his last name.
Yeah.
He's just trash. That's all we're gonna call him.
But you gotta understand is that, I mean, Minnesota couldn't find a decent quarterback in the draft, and they had to go get Kirk Cousins. I mean, there's a lot of teams like Cleveland could have found a decent quarterback. There's the running joke that they had a jersey with every last quarterback that Cleveland has bombed on. I mean, actually, just think about it this way. When we traded up to get Julio Jones in, was it 2011, I believe?
Yep.
They took Brandon Whedon. Okay, just think about that for a second. They took Brandon Whedon
when they drafted him.
He was like,
he was 28 years old or something like that.
That boy already had, he already had a pension before he took a snap.
I'm telling you right now. So it's not easy to find a quarterback. We don't know, and there's a lot of questions right now. There's a lot of questions with these quarterbacks. Trey Lance, he opted out. He played one game in this past season and opted out, rightfully so. You know, if you can be able to if your agent's saying that you're going to be a top 5 pick, opt out. Justin Fields, he had his struggles. I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks for obvious reasons. Mac Jones ain't nothing but Matty Ice light, right? So when it all comes down to it, it's like when you take these guys, it's that you have to hope, because your entire franchise, your entire job is linked to that quarterback. Everything. And look how Sam Darnold flamed out on the New York Jets. I mean, people talk about trading Julio Jones and all this kind of stuff. No, that can't happen. What we have is a steady quarterback, a consistent quarterback, a Hall of Famer at wide receiver. If we take Pitts at 4 and we draft and we get a running back at, say, at 35, or if you want to take defense or whatever like that, at least you have something to build on and you can compete for the division. If you decide to take quarterback right now, you're basically hitting the reset button. So I mean, I don't want to hear nothing for at least the next 3 to 4 years of why we can't compete with Tom Brady, why we can't compete with the Carolina Panthers or the New Orleans Saints, or anything like that. If you want us to compete right now, then you have to take the best player available at that point. So I think, honestly, best case scenario, I think that we can compete for the division. We should compete for the division because we have the pieces together. We have the pieces ready.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, like I said, DNP is going to have us ready. Arthur Smith is going to have us ready. Those losses that we had should, if you want to, like I said, say like if half of them went the different way. I mean, just look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? And we have two guys on that look over both sides of the ball. Arthur Smith and DNP is very meticulous, and they'll have us ready. And they'll have us ready to compete. They're going to have some dogs on defense, and we're going to have some playmakers on offense. What more can you want? And we will compete for the division this year. If not, I'll recant on my deathbed. But I mean, you got some more something to add, KSTYLZ?
Hey man, that's it, man. I think you guys have pretty much summed up everything that that we possibly can for the most part.
Great show.
Thursday. It's been a great show, man. Rich Kuiper Jr., man, we appreciate you, man. Everybody, one more time, man. Everybody, one more time in the chat, man. Happy birthday to Magnus, the Magnificent, Sir Magnus, the Magnificent. All right, man. We appreciate you, bro, man. Love y'all, man. Miss Maggie, I know she want to say something. I guess not.
Uh-oh. I'm telling you, man, y'all missed it. Y'all missed it earlier. Y'all came in too late, and y'all missed a serenade, and the DM's going off the hook. Okay.
Here he go, man.
All right,
Okay. So, if anybody caught the message that was going across the bottom, I need all my mods to hit up me on Twitter or Instagram. I got some things to talk to you guys about. It could be way before the draft, but just hit me up. You know, I need to speak to you guys, definitely. Asia, you know, who all got that. I don't know, I don't know half of it. Mike know all that, but at the same time, get ready, y'all. Draft show. Tell your friends, share it, get ready. This is going to be fun. You know, we're going to have some fans on. You know, we're trying to have some appearances. We really finna take it. Have your food because we're going to be eating. We're going to be drinking. It's not going to be your ordinary show. So I hope y'all ready for it because, look, I'm waiting on reactions and I'm screenshotting everybody.
I'm coming.
I'm watching that fourth pick like, ooh.
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah, here we go.
At the end of the day, somebody's going to be mad as hell.
Yep.
Let's just say it like that.
All you want to see is all this is like, up, the pick is up. That's it, pissed off.
Hey, you gonna have the Green Acres theme song.
Nah, but on the real though, I just want to say one thing though. You know, like what Maggie was saying, you know, draft night is gonna be a big night. I can't wait to see everybody that come in. You know, we had over 150 people here on this live tonight. Still come in. Show some love in the comments. I'm gonna be in the comments as well. You know, looking forward to getting on the show later. Once again, more life to you, Magnus, man. Happy birthday. Thank you, Maggie, with your beautiful voice. You blessed us with that. That was very nice.
Appreciate.
You know, y'all know my body. Rich the Headhunter. Love is love. Appreciate y'all. That's it.
Yeah. I'll put it like this. If I get up on the show, I'm already going to be pissed off. I already told you, I already turned heel. For all the wrestling fans out there, that means I'm a bad guy. You know, I'm already coming in to start arguing with people. That's just what it's going to be. I mean, that's what it is. You know, I already know that people are going to be talking about Fields at 4 and everything. But if anything, show up and show out. You know, we want that energy. You know, we ain't gonna talk smack to you or whatever. I mean, if it's gonna be talking smack, it's gonna be like in good spirit, but you know, like yo, Kevin H, man, like this guy.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, he threw $100 tonight. That's
no, seriously. We appreciate that though. That's just love, man. I'm trying to see what your profile look like. I don't know if you're a Falcon fan or what, but we appreciate you.
That looks like Fred Warner on his profile.
I don't give a damn what a fan he is. Like I said, he's a fan of us tonight. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Come back on track.
Just like I said, like I just appreciate you guys for coming out, you know, all 150 y'all, you know, chopping it up with us tonight. And we want you back. You know, we want you back on Thursday or every day. Subscribe to KSTYLZ, Mad Mike, Maggie T. I want to say I appreciate all the mods that come out and help us every time. Yo, Devon, hit me up on Instagram, bro. I see you, man. And that's it. Yo, we out.
Hey.